Hello, hello. Welcome to the Mystic Path. This is your full moon in Virgo, February 24th, 2024. Full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. And the sun is in Pisces. So let's pull some Radiant Oracle of the Sun. What do we need to know? I'm just going to dive right in here, guys. What do we need to know about the full moon, February 24th, 2024 in Virgo? What do we need to know? Oh. Egotism. What else? Okay. Restlessness. Egotism, restlessness, escape. Interesting. Is there anything else I need to know about this February full moon in Virgo? Criticism, achievement. Oh, in reverse, achievement in reverse. Okay, so listen, since January, we've had this really good energy for like building, growing, and focusing on our career and our skills and all of that. And here now we're at the end of February, so it's been 2 months of that energy. That energy is going to slow down now. That's what I'm getting immediately. Yeah, it's time to slow down. I even wrote in my notes, celebrate the serenity of a freshly cleaned space, streamlined systems. Okay, so basically all the work and nurturing and all the hard work we've been putting in over the last 2 months, now we're going to start to get those rewards, and that's going to slow down all that energy that supports that. And now we're going to kind of slow down and reflect, and we're going to order our life is what I am hearing. Like, we're going to put order to our life. Anywhere where there's chaos, we're going to put order to it. And that's both in the physical space and the mental space, okay? So we're going to stop focusing so much on like career and work and success. And we're going to focus a little bit more on like getting order and clarity in our life. Getting things together, getting the clutter cleared out. I'm hearing you will feel the need to make order of the chaos in both your physical and mental state, is what I wrote down. Your feeling of safety will be related to the order and clarity in your life. Okay, so if during this full moon you're feeling ungrounded or unsafe or unsecure, then you need to kind of look at your life compartment by compartment and get some order to it. Calm the disorder, organize, get rid of clutter, cut out and release things that no longer serve you, right? Because you can make space by doing that. If something in your life is only causing you stress, then you can remove that, and that leaves a space. So then you have more space for happiness or joy or balance or whatever it is for you, right? This full moon energy is going to challenge us to be more tolerant and more accepting of the imperfections in life, right? And that's where this comes in, the criticism, the egotism, the you are good enough, right? We're going to have to face and accept that life doesn't always go our way, that sometimes things are just imperfect. And some of us aren't going to want to deal with that, so it's going to make us want to escape. It's going to make us restless and feel like escaping. Like, I don't want to face this. I'd rather live in my fantasy, right? But we can't do that. We cannot live in fantasy. That's called deluded. be in a delusional. We cannot live in a delusion, right? So we're going to be challenged this month to be more tolerant, to be more accepting, to accept our own flaws, right? You are good enough is what this full moon in Virgo card says. You are good enough. Because honestly, like, if we're feeling challenged, if we're feeling our own flaws and failures, that of course is going to challenge us, and then, you know, that can spin some of us out of control. So just remember during this full moon and these energies that you are good enough. And we are getting a little bit of a break from the super emotional stuff, right? January was super emotional. In the new moon in February, we got a little bit of a break. We're going to get a little bit more of a break now. But, you know, we are being kind of pushed to grow. We're going to be pushed a little bit to trust the universe has our best interest at heart, to trust that things will work out for our highest good, right? If you believe that, if you're in connection with your intuition, with your higher self, with your soul, with source energy, God, whatever you call it, nature, if you're connected with those things, then you know that, like, you don't have as much control as you think. Humans like to think we have all this control, and we really don't. There are much bigger things at play, and we're kind of just in the flow of that, okay? And sometimes if we are in alignment and we're connected, we just have to trust that, like, whatever's happening in the moment is happening the best for me, right? It's that saying, life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you, right? That basically means that, like, even the hard things, the devastating, traumatic things are there because they're teaching you something, and they're helping you become the person you're meant to be, you're destined to be. So we're going to be pushed to trust that the universe and the flow of life is better and more harmonious when we just trust it, when we go with it, when we're like, okay, I might not understand why this is happening, but this is happening. So I'm just going to embrace it and see how it plays out, right? Life is full of more ease and more harmony when you can do that. I know that that's easier said than done, folks, okay? Like, it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice to get to that place. You're going to also be pushed during this full moon to release all expectations, right? When I was younger, I used to have so many expectations of people, of things, of situations, and I always ended up disappointed and devastated and heartbroken. And that's because I was placing expectations on people, and then without them even knowing, and then I was expecting them to fulfill, like, what I decided their role was, right? And you always end up disappointed when you do that, because it's not up to me what that person's role in my life is, right? That's where the trust of the universe comes in, right? So sometimes you just have to release all expectations and have the trust. And the more you do that, the more you see that things really do happen to benefit you. And there is like you'll start to see the puzzle pieces, like, oh, that puzzle piece put that puzzle piece in, which put that one in, which put that one in, which I couldn't have gotten here without that, right? So we just need to try to remember that when it's feeling really hard, right? I also wrote down this energy is going to push us to find a balance between day-to-day routine versus mental, physical, and spiritual health. Okay? Also, between work and service. Practical, impractical. Criticism, acceptance. This energy is all about us balancing out those things, right? And understanding both have their purpose, and there has to be a nice balance. You can't be too practical or too impractical. That's going to cause you issues, right? You don't want to be on the extremes. So this energy is going to kind of push us to look at those extremes that we as humans create, right? Also, our intuition's going to be very strong at this time. And again, we're going to be feeling the need to express ourselves. We're going to feel like I have so much to say. I need people to hear and understand me. And that's okay. But just be mindful with your words, right? Try to make sure you're not like just reacting or being hurtful to anyone unnecessarily. Be mindful of, it's absolutely okay to express ourselves, but it's not absolutely okay to like fire a word weapon at somebody, if you know what I mean, right? So let's just take our time in our communication. Let's see, what else do we need to know about this full moon in Virgo, February 2024? What else? What else, Spirit? What do we need to know? Okay. Coming together. See? If we can express ourselves in a mindful way, it can create harmony and vulnerability and closeness, right? What else? Find balance, right? Which we already talked about that. Oh, and criticism is here. Interesting. And I even said we're trying to find balance between criticism and acceptance, right? Between the ego and the higher self. Between our need to escape and our need to deal. We also have here, change your focus, okay? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's what I'm hearing. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling not good enough, right? And you're having trouble reminding yourself, change your focus. Do something to change your focus to distract you, right? Maybe clean. I have got some family coming in for the holidays. I'm pre-recording some of these, you guys. And so I've been cleaning like a mad fool. And let me tell you, when it can right? Like I had some other stuff going on and it was a distraction. I was just in it. I was just cleaning. It gave me time and space away from the thing that I was like dealing with and thinking about, right? So change your focus. That's a good one. Is there anything else for this full moon? No. Okay. Crystals, they said. Crystals. Okay. What crystal or crystals? All right away. Is there anything else too? Anything else? Okay, 3. Okay, for this full moon in Virgo, we have moonstone, spirit quartz, and super 7, which I don't really know what super 7 is. It's probably like, this is like Auralite 23, and it's got 23 different minerals all up in the same thing. It's close to amethyst. It's in the amethyst family. So super 7 is probably something like that. Google it if you're curious. Moonstone will be helpful during this full moon. Spirit quartz or clear quartz if you don't have any spirit quartz. Any essential oils that'll be particularly helpful for a salt bath. I'm hearing salt bath for this February full moon. Okay, and what do we add to it? What do we add to the salt bath for the full moon in pink pepper? That came out for the February energy update too. So pink pepper will be helpful. Is there sound frequency that'll help us during this full moon? Sound frequency. $343, heart chakra. Open yourself to love. $343. All right. So salt bath with or without pink pepper, with or without a sound bath, but you could combine them all and have a real healing moment. Remember, this full moon is all about finding balance. There are going to be some hiccups and challenges. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, change your focus, distract yourself for a little bit to get a little space away. Okay, get yourself some moonstones, some quartz. I think we're going to wrap it up. No, okay. We're going to pull one advice card from the Secret Woods. All right. What's the advice for this full moon? Seer. Quiet your mind. Your body needs you. Okay? Quiet your mind. Your body needs you. And then really quick, we're also going to read from, how about this? And then we'll close out. We're going to read from Nadine Jane's Magic Days. Let's find here February 24th. Okay. Welcome to February 24th. An introspective journey of personal strength. To coincide with the emotionality of Pisces season, power calls you inward to self-reflect and get honest about who you are. Quiet the noise and opinions of others today as you search through the dark and unseen corners of your emotional makeup. Discover the complexity of your soul, and if you feel called, share it with someone you trust. As you do this digging, disappointment encourages you to walk away from the emotional binds that are keeping you stuck and unfulfilled. Right? That's those expectations I was talking about. It can be difficult to cut ties with the people, projects, or ideas that you once devoted your heart to. But know that there is something bigger and better waiting for you on the other side of grief. If you can hold yourself through this temporary withdrawal, resilience reminds you of your innate power. Rather than getting carried away with troublesome emotions or fits of rage, tap into the endless divine resources that live within you. If you can harness these feelings and channel them into personal progress, you'll build a sense of spiritual fortitude. Today's mantra: I can handle the necessary emotional changes that come up today. Today's journal prompt: what emotional bonds to people, places, or beliefs are no longer making me happy? Today's ritual: run a very hot shower, letting the steam fog up your bathroom mirror. Turn off the water and, using your finger, write your deepest truth in the fog on the mirror. As you wipe it away, look yourself in the eye in self-recognition. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, we're going to leave it there, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned. There'll be many more videos coming this spring. I'm taking some time out in January and February to slow down and spend it with family that will be here from out of town. So thank you for watching and supporting. Please comment below if it resonates. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for always supporting.